Hey Matt, how you doing? Hey Shakima, what's up? Hey Lucky. Hey Sophie. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I'm here a little earlier than I usually come on, but I got too much fucking dishes to wash, and I can never get a lot of sleep anyway because people always call me and aggravate me. My mom called me at like 10 o'clock, and I was like, well, so much for doing more shit and taking a chill. But yeah, she doesn't think that I like chill out that long or rest that long. My mom, like, she's always up early. Yeah, I see your ass, Matt. Okay, cool, Lucky. How you feeling, Sophie? Better? Why do I smell like fish? Oh, that's the shrimp. I was like, I smell fish. It's not fish, it's shrimp. I had shrimp last night. And I can still like smell. I can still smell the fish left in here. I mean the shrimp. Good lord. Yeah, my mom's always, she doesn't aggravate me. It's like, my mom doesn't aggravate me. It's just that she likes to call early. And she doesn't know if I'm sleeping or not. She just thinks that I'm up already, right? I don't tell her that I'm on YouTube till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning and I sleep in. I can't really say much to my mom or my dad when they were alive because they're always, see, I have a different life than them. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can do what the fuck I like. I can go and come as I please. And nobody ever gets that. But when I was doing this renovation around here, when I do have like a big job like I had in the past, and I was up 6:30 in the morning and coming home at 7 o'clock at night. Oh, you work too hard. You shouldn't work that hard. So it's like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. You know, it's just like so fucking annoying. You know? Like now that I'm chilling and I'm not working that much and I'm taking care of myself and just doing what I want to do, it's always gonna be a problem. Like people just, and then like I said, I'm not gonna sit there and tell my mom, "Oh, don't fucking call me," in the morning. I'll call you. Well, what if she has something? What if she has an emergency, or what if like, what if she needs something? She'd be like, "No, I couldn't call you because you said you were asleep." That's exactly what will happen because it's happened already. We're like, "Oh, I didn't call you because I know that on the weekend you sleep. You should be fucking sleeping too." You know, like chill out. It's like nobody wants to sleep in this world or something. Or they get up early just because they do. A lot of times I don't even sleep that long. What I do is I just chill out and just lay in bed and just relax my body. That's all. Just chill, like just laying in bed is nice. Just chilling. But no way in hell. And then on top of that, at 7:30, 7:40, I think, all I hear is my neighbor start up his lawnmower. And I'm like, yeah, great. 7:30 in the fucking morning on a Monday. You want to start up your lawnmower and cut your fucking grass. Like, you can't do that shit later on. Like, it's cloudy. Why are you like doing that? There's no sun. It's cloudy as fuck. So you can do the grass anytime you want. You want to do it first thing in the morning and aggravate everybody that's sleeping. People are so annoying. But anyway, otherwise that you can't fix stupid. I got a lot of fucking dishes to do. I got too many fucking dishes. I need a robot. You feeling better? Good. I turned the ads off, so hopefully it's off. So I know everybody complains about the ads. When I come on here, I don't need no fucking ads. So I try to turn them off. So hopefully they are off. Sometimes they automatically put it back. What comment? It says, you said yummy shrimp. Matt said, oh, Sophie, good. Oh, no, it didn't show that. No. They don't post up lies. Matt wants everybody to see him. I told him nobody wants to see his ass. Nobody want to see your ass, Matt. I'm just teasing, bro. Anyway, good morning. Cheers. Good morning to you guys, but here it's already after 12. Time's flown by already. I'm glad you're feeling better, Sophie. I don't want nobody to be sick. I'll be lying to that guy, Sophie. She be lying to Matt. Poor guy. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better. Of course. That's my job, Matt, is to make everybody laugh every day. I make myself laugh every day. My mom got her test results back too. She's all good. She went to the doctor on Monday. I took her to the hospital. Monday or Tuesday, I think, of last week. I can't remember. Anyway, she told me 2 days ago, came back all perfectly fine. So she's all good. The doctor just wanted to make sure she was okay, her heart and all that stuff. So yeah, my mom's good, which is great. That means she can go away in peace. And she goes away in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time, she's going away with my sister and the kids. She can go away knowing that she's all right. Everybody's been telling her it's good for her to go away, have fun. It's only for a week. It's a long flight, but who cares? Once you get there, you have a good time, you adapt to it, and then when you come home, you can relax. And when she goes away, I can work on the house while she's not there, and she won't be aggravating me. Don't do this, don't do that. It's gonna make too much dust. I'm not gonna tell her that I'm gonna work on the house, though. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm just gonna tell her, yeah, I'm gonna take care of the house. I'll just open up the windows and shit and chill out down there, whatever, blah blah blah. If I can, I'll work down there. If not, I'll whatever. So I don't want to say too much to her, so she gets all like irritated. And then I'll clean the house before she comes back if I make any mess. But there's a few things I want to do while she's gone. And it's going to make a mess, but I don't care. I got to do it. I might even ask my cousin to come help me sort it out real quick. Make sure everything's all right when she comes back, because I know when she's not there, I can do a lot more things and not have her like help and get all aggravated and get all tired and shit. Because when I go down there, work, she likes to come outside and help and all that. Like when I cut the grass, you know, it makes a mess, obviously, all over the stepping stones and the porch. And then as soon as she hears the machine stop, she comes outside with the broom, starts cleaning everything. And she's like, oh, I'm trying to help you. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want you to come out here and help me. You're not gonna, it's not gonna, like, I have the blower. I can blow all this shit away into a pile and then pick it up. Oh, that's all right. Don't use the blower. It's gonna make more mess. I want to come out here and do it. I said, all right, whatever. Now I don't even argue with her. I just let her do whatever she wants. She helps, whatever. At the end of the day, she wants to do shit, you know? So I just let her go ahead and sweep everything and do whatever she wants. At the end of the day, she's still mobile. She can do it. So I just let her help. I let her help and just say, yeah, whatever. You do, go ahead, Mom. Fuck's sake. And she goes, I'm trying to help you. I'm like, all right. Go ahead. Sweep up the fucking grass. Hey, Christy. Good morning. How you doing? You good? Hey, Tanya. What's going on? Sophie says she's doing better. She's good. Our prayers are answered. I was just telling everybody that my mom got her test results back and she's doing good too. She's fine. She's good. Yeah, Matt shows his pic and wants everybody to see his ass. And Tanya changed her pic too because she's looking for mutual funds and medical insurance. Matt just wants you to see his ass. He said, I haven't showed you guys my ass, so I'm going to show you my ass now. It's cool. Meanwhile, my picture's been the same for 7 years. Because you see my ass every day. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, good Lord. My brains almost came out of my nose. Okay, cool. Thanks, Christy. I'm glad you're good. Yeah, I'm all right. I got good news that my mom's okay. She got her test results back. And she's good to go. She wants me to take her to the city tomorrow to go pay her gas bill. I told her I can do it online. She goes, no, I want to go to town. I was like, all right, I'll take you. I said, that's all right. I'll take you to town. I'll take you to the city and then I'll go do some stuff. Get my ass out of here. Yeah, don't tell him because it's going to get to his head. he be looking like an English hillbilly. I got you, Matt. Yeah, it is, Christy. I'm glad she's all right. Doctor says she's fine. Her heart rate's fine. Everything's good. The doctor just wanted her to get like a checkup because she's 80, right? So, and my mom said that's the first time she's ever been hooked up to that machine all her life, and there ain't nothing wrong with her. My mom's healthy. She's cool. She just worries too much, and she's grieving. So it's hard. But everybody loves my mom. I love her when she sleeps. So that's perfect. Because if not, she's a pain in my ass sometimes. Because she depends on me a lot. She calls me every day around 10 o'clock in the morning. She calls me. She goes, everything's all right over there? I said, yep. I said, the sun's shining over here. I said, I'm awake, so that's good. And she goes, you say the same thing. I said, yeah, well, you say the same thing too. She gets aggravated with me because I joke around too much. I just try to make her laugh because she's always like, sad and shit because of my dad and stuff. But she loves her grandchildren. Or she saw 4 of them yesterday. Last night she had dinner with my 4 nephews. And they all asked her how she was, gave her a hug and shit. I was like, yeah, they give you a hug now because you're mourning your husband. But before, they never used to be that fucking loving and caring. The 2 youngest ones, definitely. But the 2 older ones, they're a little weird. They're not very like huggy type of person. Yeah, my mom's cool. She's a Capricorn pain in the ass, but she's all right there. She's cool. She's done a lot, see. She took care of all 4 of her kids. She took care of 6 grandchildren. She took care of other people's kids. She took care of my dad the last couple of years from his, through his sickness and shit. So my grandmother lived there for 6 months before she died. So she's been through a lot. I feel sorry for her, because everything's always falls on her, right? Because she knows how to do everything. Hey, Dan, what's up, brother? Good morning. Well, yeah, she's a good person overall. She doesn't have enemies and shit like that. I never heard anybody say anything bad about her. She can be very dramatic, as some people are. She's a Capricorn, so I don't really like Capricorn men, but Capricorn women are somewhat okay. Fuck, I'm halfway there. Now I just got pots and pans. Damn it. Oh, the in-laws are dropping by? Oh, nice. Your favorite people in the whole world. I put a plate outside with some dry food for Midnight the cat, and it's all gone. Kitty cat ate everything. Not that one, Lucky. And you know what, Lucky? She's the same day as my mom. She's the same birthday as my mom. When she told me her birthday, I was like, oh, you're the same birthday as my mom. But I said, you're nothing like her, though. My mom's a saint, and you're the fucking devil. See, that's when I realized that not every sign is the same. Because between her and my mother, it's like night and fucking day. That's for sure. You're BFF. Yeah, sometimes you got to, Dan, just to let them wear the pants for a little while. It's all good. Yeah, Matt wants everybody to click on his picture and look at his hillbilly looking ass. Okay, he wants you to see his beard. He wants you to see how young he is, what a young whippersnapper he is. Okay, so make sure you look at him because he's gonna take the profile pic down. Okay. My day has been all right. I just finished talking to my mom. Her test results came back, and she's nothing's wrong. Um, all's good. Yeah, see, your in-laws suck. My sister, both my sisters love their in-laws, and then when the divorce happened with my younger sister, she hates her in-laws now because they never defended her. But yeah, I don't look forward to dealing with in-laws either one day if I have to. But as long as they're cool, then I'm all right. But I remember when I went to the prom with my high school sweetheart, her dad liked me a lot, and I worked for her dad for a little while, so we were always cool. We never had a problem. But the mother, she couldn't stand me. She was so fake. She's like, hey, hey, stupid ass bitch. You got your daughter to leave me. You convinced her ass to leave me before you went to college, and then now she's a hoe. Not my problem. She cheated on her husband, and she's with a guy like old enough to be her daddy. Not my problem. Where is she now? She's in I think Atlanta or something like that. She married a guy from Bermuda. She married an Aquarius. She's a Leo. And she married an Aquarius. She was with me, I'm Aquarius, and then she dated this guy, and then she put him in a mental institution. And because he like couldn't understand why she left him or whatever. He actually came to me one day and asked me if she was like that with me. I said, nah, bro, I'm not a pussy like that. I don't care about that. I ain't a woman put me in a mental institution. You must be fucking crazy. It'll be the other way around. I'll put that hoe in a mental institution. So anyway, I don't want to do that anyway. But anyway, that's just how people are. So then she got married to this Aquarius guy. He's my friend, actually. We went to school, same school together. Not the same class, but the same school. He was actually a year younger than her. So they got married. They had two kids, a boy and a girl. The kids look more like him than her. And then she cheated on him with her boss. Someone walked in on her getting fucked in the office by him and went and reported it, and they both got in trouble. And it got back to him, and he divorced her. And now he's engaged to another woman, and she married that guy, and he's like probably like I think I don't know, like maybe 15, 20 years older than her. And he already has two kids from the original wife. So yeah, it was all over the Bermuda, you know, Bermuda. Everybody in Bermuda knew about it, and everybody came to me because they knew that I was like she was my like my fresh true girlfriend, right? Because of school, right? And we went to the prom together. Everybody knew I was with her back then. I have a picture of me and her at the prom. I don't know if I've showed you guys. I still have it here. Obviously, it's like a memory, obviously, but I could care less. Yeah, the whole Bermuda community knew that she fucked her boss in the office and cheated on her husband. Well, not like I said. I said last night that a lot of aquas ain't meant to be for everybody. It's all good. So it's all good. Not everybody like me. I always say I'm never gonna date another Aries again or a Sagittarius because they're fucking nuisances. You know. Yeah, I don't know where the pick is. I have to go find it. I put it somewhere. I think it's inside one of my cabinets somewhere. But yeah, I don't want to even show you. She's a beautiful woman, but she was, but not anymore. Cause she gets drunk all the time. See, she's an alcoholic. She's an alcoholic, so she looks like an anorexic chick now. Like her face is all sucked in. She doesn't look nothing from when I had her. I can show you back then when she was 18, and I can show you now when she's 48, and she looks terrible. And her mother was so pissed at the second wedding. You can see her in the picture. She's like fucking bitch. And then she had the nerve to go to my sister's job, right? And say, "Oh yeah," because her brother was my best friend, and he was a Pisces, right? Because I used to go there for him, and then me and his sister end up getting involved. So that's how it works sometimes. And I spoke to him not just the other day because he had heart surgery, so I wanted to call him and check up on him. So I called him and check up on him. I said, "What's going on, bro? I heard you had heart surgery, man. You all right?" So we talked for about an hour. We never talked about the sister at all, right? Because he knows how I feel about her. I ain't got no time for her. And we're still like Facebook friends. Like we never really hated. We don't hate each other, but like I got out while I could, which was great. So one thing about me, I never let no woman ruin me like that. Hell no. Ain't no woman ever gonna fucking disrespect me like that. And if you do, then I feel sorry for you. Because you're probably gonna get karma. If you cheat on me, I'm gonna fucking blast you all over the world. Like this bitch cheated on me. Fuck this hoe. I feel sorry for anybody who does that shit to me. That's why I don't even want no damn woman. Cause if they cheat, I'll be like, "Yep, my dumb ass man, I ran out with this dumb ass hoe." But not everybody's like that. A lot of people hate that shit. I'm one of those people that I believe that cheating is one of the biggest sins in the world. And I understand that sometimes you end up being with somebody and then things don't go well and then you end up cheating to get out, which is in a way, if that's the only route that you can take to get out of your relationship, then I say, okay, well, whatever. You know, especially if you're in an abusive relationship or shit like that, right? But I still don't agree with it. I still don't agree with cheating. But I understand that some people have to do it to get out of the situation that they're in, which I'm not okay with. But if that's the only way you can get out, then I guess go for it. You know what I'm saying? Well, me personally, I can't stand a person that does that shit. But sometimes, there's a choice you make. Sometimes people feel like that's the only way out, which it is. In my opinion, it is the only way out for somebody. But me personally, I can never do it. I just don't have the heart to do that to somebody. I can never cheat on my girlfriend or my wife. I think that's the biggest like disrespectful thing you can ever do. But hey, people do it. God forgives you. I'll forgive you if you do it. And you had a situation or whatever. But I won't forgive you if you do it to me. Hell no. Hell no. No fucking way. You cheat, good night. I won't even argue with you. I won't even. If I have information, if I have a guaranteed thing where you cheated, I'm not even gonna be mad. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Good riddance. Goodbye. Another hoe bites the dust. Smell you later. I've been cheated on once by a Saja hoe. I already knew what I was getting myself into. And I told my sister, your friend is a hoe. No, she's not. I was like, okay, you'll see. I'm going to prove to you she's a hoe. She's not a hoe. I was like, all right, you keep thinking that. My sister's a Sag, and this girl that she hoped that wanted me, her friend wanted me to date her. And I was like, nah, I'm not interested. And then next thing you know, I start to date her. One day we got into a little argument. Oh, her fault, obviously. And I was like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I didn't even do anything to. I just said, go ahead, do what you got to do. I'm going home. Next thing you know, she was with some other guy. Then one of my friends saw her with the guy, saw the guy take her home. And he calls me, he says, hey, bro, I saw that girl you're dating. I saw her with this guy, and they went home together. And I saw him kissing in the car. I said, oh, good. I'm glad you told me, bro. That's a miracle. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling me. And she was calling me. I never answered. And she called my sister to tell my sister that I was calling her to answer. So then I called her. I was like, what happened? What do you want? She goes, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, nope, I don't want nothing to do with you. You were at so-and-so in the car yesterday. Oh, no, I wasn't. I said, this fucking her is laughing, just like pretty much laughing in my face indirectly, like lying to me. And I'm telling her, look, my boys saw you with this guy in the car, and you were kissing him in the car, and he took you home. So if you're dating me, how is that going to work? Now you're trying to make me look like a fucking, like a punk ass, Oh, well, you don't want to come with me to the party. I said, I told you already that I have work tomorrow. I'm not going to go out on a Friday till 3 o'clock in the morning, take your dumb ass home because you ain't got no license. And then deal with all this. No, hell no. You're a hoe. Goodbye. I told my sister already you were a fucking hoe. I know you. I know you're a hoe. That's why I don't want nothing to do with you. If I wanted a hoe, I'd be with you. Oh, fuck. And that was pretty much, that was it for me. Like I just didn't want to be around nobody. I couldn't handle that shit. That was like my last DJ day. And I was probably like 37 when that happened. And she was like 30, I think. I always get involved with my sister's friends. And I'm like, hell no. And I always tell my sister, listen, I don't want nothing to do with your hoe ass friends. And thing is, my sister's not no fucking hoe, right? And she always finds these hoe ass friends. I mean, not all her friends are hoes, right? But the ones that want me are hoes. So I'm like, fuck this shit. I was like, look, woman, if your friends ask about me, tell them I'm dating somebody. I can't lie to him. I said, well, lie to him. Tell him, call me, I'll lie to him. Look, sweetheart, I'm not interested. Goodbye. You fucking dumbass friends. I used to tell my sister all the time, your friends always want to link up with me, but my friends never want to link up with your ass. She gets so pissed at me. I'm like, look, woman, I don't want none of your friends. Your friends are all fucking idiots. I can't handle fucking weirdos like that. Always fire signs. Fire signs are the fucking worst, man. Oh my God. To date, for me, they're all the same. How long did I date her? For like probably a year. She had a bad breakup with her boyfriend, and then like about maybe 2 months later, he went out with this next chick. He's actually married and had kids with her now, and she's married too, and got like 2 kids. Um, but I was with her like probably a year, and then one year, we had my brother-in-law had a boat, so it was me, him, and my sister, my girlfriend, and another girl, and she was like a model, right? And she was like Portuguese, and I knew of her, but she had broken up with her boyfriend and came with all of us, right? So then we started like talking or whatever. She was telling me about her situation, and my girlfriend was talking to my sister or whatever. So my girlfriend is looking at me like fucking bastards talking to this damn girl. I didn't talk to her. She came to me and talked to me about shit. And then she was telling me about like her dad and her family and this and that, blah blah blah. So next thing you know, uh when we broke up, this other girl that I'm talking about, she started like talking shit to me and stuff, and we started like she would come to all the functions that I had, and like I started dating her afterwards for like about maybe 3 months. After 3 months, I figured her out real quick. I'm like, yep, I can't be with no model looking hoe like this because she got guys all over. And then next thing you know, she said, "Oh, I'm homesick and I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. I'm home. I'm so sick right now. I got food poisoning, blah, blah, blah." So I'm driving, and Bermuda's so small, like you can't fucking lie like that. People are going to see you, "Hey, Barbie, how you doing?" So next thing you know, I see her in this guy on the back of a guy's motorcycle. And she saw me and she turned her head. So I let 20 minutes go by. So I knew if I called her, she's not gonna answer because I caught her. So then I texted her, I said, "Hey, I see you on the back of a bike, you know. So have fun with that guy and don't fucking talk to me no more because you just proved to me that you're just like everybody else." And she denied it, lied about it. And then I went around to her house, right? I went around to her house and I know the dad, right? And I was like, "Oh, is she home?" She said, "Oh no, she left just now with this guy on a bike." I said, "Okay, cool. Thanks for the confirmation. I appreciate it." And I wish I had like a phone that had a camera on it and a video back then. Cause this is like, a while ago before that shit even existed, right? And I was like, "There you go." And then I was like, "I can't deal with you no more." And she was a Leo. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. All three of them I get involved with, and they're all a bunch of hoes or they're all liars. And not every Leo and Sagittarius and Aries are, but the ones I dealt with, man, they were like the fucking worst. The worst. So my relationships never last because of the woman. They like lie, they expose themselves. Like, why would you come after me, ask me to date you, and you're coming to me, and then we're like getting together. I'm thinking like, okay, cool. Maybe they're pretty decent or whatever. No way in hell. Straight fucking lies. I'm like, wow, how the fuck could you lie to somebody all fucking day? Like, that's crazy. I couldn't remember. I could never lie so much because I wouldn't want to remember my lies on who I told somebody to. Why would I lie like every fucking day? That shit's just whack, man. I don't know how people do that shit. Yeah, Elizabeth is probably the best Aries I know. And I don't know if you remember Nelly that used to be in Chris's room. She was in Aries. And she was like, her and I used to she used to call me her online boyfriend. I used to call her my online girlfriend in the chat. and everybody was mad. Like all the guys are mad because she was fine as hell. But she lived in Denmark, and we were just doing it. She liked somebody at the time, right? She was like involved with somebody on and off. But she would say to me, like, I'm gonna call you my online boyfriend so these idiots leave me alone. Right? So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You can tell everybody I'm your online BF. It's cool. Cause I know, like, guys are gonna be fucking hounding your ass. So we would just joke around. We're actually still friends on Instagram. I still speak to her. She's a cool Aries. She's not like the rest of the Aries. Her and Elizabeth are probably my favorite Aries. They're cool as fuck. Yeah, everybody knew who she was. She was in there a lot. She was cool as fuck. I still, like I said, I still speak to her. I wish her a happy birthday every year and all that shit. I don't speak to her on a regular basis, but I do speak to her once or twice a year. She's cool. I met some cool people on here, and I met some fucking weirdos on here too. But we all do. We all meet weirdos, and we all meet good people. It's a part of life. But I don't let relationships. When I get involved with somebody, I'm gonna be smart enough to take the red flags as I go. So if that person shows me a red flag in the first month or two, then I'm not gonna deal with them no more. I'm gonna like run away. I'm gonna be like, fuck this. Hell no. I can tell you're a hoe, or I can tell you're like being sneaky, and I ain't got no time for no games. Because if you're doing it now, you're gonna keep doing it. And then there's gonna be a point where you're just gonna accept that person for being an idiot. And then you're gonna be years later, that person's gonna keep conniving you, keep manipulating you, keep disrespecting you, keep cheating on you. It's never gonna end. And people just don't understand, like, that's how it is. If you don't catch the relationship in the beginning, if you don't catch the fuckery in the beginning, you're gonna deal with it for the rest of your life. And that person will keep using you until no end, until you get so fed up that you just leave. Because they're never going to leave because you're there for them all the time, see? And a lot of people think that they can't find nobody better, or they accept it, Lucky, she's always going to be that way. I haven't seen her forever. That's everybody's biggest problem. And the only other relationship that I got involved in, like the last relationship I had, was about 8 years ago. And it was my first online like type of relationship. Like we were kind of in a relationship, but not really, because I thought it was kind of stupid to date somebody online that lives far away from me. But we had planned to like see each other and stuff. And once again, she was an Aries. And she definitely could be a fucking movie star for lying. That bitch lied to me so fucking much. But she would lie so good and cover her lies that it kind of like confused me. And I was like, and my cards weren't telling me nothing. Everybody else would like read, like my friends would read for me and be like, yeah, she likes you and this and that. She want, I don't see nothing bad. I'm like, fuck, you people are blind as fuck. Nobody could read that devilish bitch. But I knew deep down inside that she was full of shit. But she had calmed me to believe that, she kind of, I wouldn't say calm me, but lied to me so much that I believed her lies to a certain extent, because she had this way of like, saying things and covering it up and then crying to me and saying, oh, you think I'm always lying to you and playing victim. So I was like, Mark, deep down inside this bitch is lying. You could tell she's lying. Come on, bro. But then like I just kept like just keeping my distance. I was like, yeah, I ain't got no time for this fucking weirdo. Like, I'm done. Then one summer we planned to see each other. So I was like, all right, I'll come to you. I'll come visit you. On my way there, I'm gonna do some other visiting and I'll get to you. Yeah, okay. She sent me all this shit, all this crap to come out there and blah blah blah. But we weren't really like, I can never like date somebody online like that unless I've actually seen them in person, which is only right. But these people nowadays, they be fucking whack. Unless I see you, then I won't be able to actually date you. So we were kind of sort of dating, right? So then it was about a week before I had booked my ticket, right? And then I said, okay, I booked my ticket. As soon as I said that, she went kind of weird. And I was like, then the next day, I didn't hear from her. Then the next day, she says, I need to talk to you about something. I'm like, all right, cool. So then she calls me. She video chats me. She says, I have something to tell you. And I want you to cancel your ticket. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on now? Like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? And the thing is, what's so conniving is she like organized the whole trip thing, gave me address, the thing, everything, like, and told me what place I was going to stay next to. Like, 'cause I wasn't staying with her. I was going to stay in a hotel next to where she lived. So then she's like, oh, I have to tell you something. I've been seeing this other guy here and I got pregnant. And I'm like, come again? Say that again? She's like, and she's crying like crazy and smoking fucking dirty cigarettes at the same time. And I'm like, are you fucking like, I said, I can't even like look at you anymore. You're probably the most devilish, most conniving, living bitch I've ever known in my life. So you're leading me on to believe that I'm coming out there to see you. And you're like giving me all this information. You're telling me that you want to be with me and all this shit. And I'm like, what? Come again? So anyway, let me show you how karma pans out when you do dumb shit. All right. And I've told this story on here before. So next thing you know, I canceled my trip. I hung up on her and I didn't want to speak to her ever again. So then, like a couple of days go by, she keeps calling. And we have mutual friends, right? So then next thing you know, I finally gave in to speaking to her again, right? Just to hear what she had to say, because she wouldn't leave me alone. She's one of those ignorant bitches that will just keep calling. And she knew all my information. So it was hard to like not, deal with her without aggravating me. And I was like, let me just fucking see what this bitch is going to say. So she apologized. And then she was like, blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. She was telling me all these lies, more and more lies and everything. So then 9 months go by. I don't speak to her no more. I cut her off, right? I caught her. I cut her off completely. But she still tried to speak to me, but I would not deal with her, right? I was like, hell fucking no, I'm never speaking to this bitch again. And I knew from the jump, my intuition told me not to deal with her. But she made it seem she was so conniving, you know? She was so fucking conniving that like she kind of like tricked me to believe things, right? Like a professional liar lies, but also tells the truth. You know what I mean? If you understand what that means. Like a professional liar lies, but they also tell the truth and prove when they tell the truth, but they can't defend the lie. And that's the type of person she was. So I kind of got confused because I've never like met somebody that fucking, professional at lying, except for my ex brother-in-law. So anyway, long story short, because I don't want to talk about this hoe too much anyway. So she ended up having the baby. As soon as she had that baby, she got married to the guy that she had the baby with. And not even a year later, she got a divorce. And the guy left her, cheated on her, and is now married to another woman. And she's all by herself with her daughter. So last year, around this time, she disguised herself as another name, added herself to my Instagram, and said, "Can I have a reading? I heard all about you. Can we video chat and can we do an hour reading?" And I was like, "Sure, no problem." She goes, "Oh, I don't want to pay right now. Can I pay at the end?" I said, "Yeah, that's fine." So I'm thinking this is somebody coming to get a reading. It was her. And she's got the baby in her arms, right? And she's like, "Oh, this is my baby. I know that, you don't want to speak to me, but I just want to tell you this story. That bastard cheated on me. He divorced me, and he only gives me $100 a month for the baby, and blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "You gotta be fucking joking." I was like, "I don't want to speak to you, and I don't care." So the baby was like looking at me and stuff, and I love children, right? So I know the child is not unfortunate that child has a fucked up mom, right? And she was like, "Oh, I need your help." And I told this story already. People who know this story will see what I mean. So she's like, "Oh, my daughter gets very sick and she has all this rash." And she was showing me like the daughter with the rash. And I'm just looking like, saying, "I can't believe this bitch fucking got me again to come on here." Like, she connived my ass again, lie like fucking crazy just to get her way. So she knew, like I knew about how to heal, certain things and do certain things. She knew I would have the answer to her baby's problems. So she goes, "I know you hate me and I know you don't want nothing to do with me, but can you please help my daughter?" And I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, the devil knows how to get me, So then then I said, "Look, just give me a minute and I'm gonna ask Spirit to tell me." So Spirit told me that the water that she washes her baby with has bacteria in it. The water that comes from the pipes that are in her apartment, in her her apartment complex. Yeah, the water. I told this story already. This is the woman I'm talking about. So she goes, "Oh, but that can't be because I get showers." And I said, "But you're not a baby." And I said, your skin might not be as your skin is not like a baby skin." I said, "Look, that's what Spirit told me. Take it or leave it. You need to go and get spring water that's in a bottle, right? And wash her with that for the next month until she gets older when her body can handle the bacteria." "Oh, but the doctor said," I said, "Didn't you fucking ask me, woman? I'm telling you what Spirit told me. So it's up to you to do it, okay?" And she's so fucking ignorant, she didn't want to listen. It's always doctors this. The doctors failed, so you came to me, yeah? So I'm telling you what Spirit's telling me. So a week later, she called me on that account again, right? And she said, "Oh, Mark, thank you so much. It worked. You were right. I know not to doubt you and blah, blah, blah. You're right, blah, blah, blah. My baby's much better now. Thank you for saving her and thank you for making everything. I appreciate you. And I was like, all right, boy, I'm glad your daughter's fine. Go fuck yourself. So then she starts sending me pictures of her baby and all that shit. And I'm like, look, don't send me these things. This is not my daughter. It could have been my daughter, but you fucked up. And the sad part is she actually looked like me, right? So people kind of thought that our mutual friends thought that I had banged her and I had impregnated her and that was my daughter, right? Because she does look a bit like me, right? At the time. And I was like, hell no, I never dipped into there, so it's all good. So it kind of hurt me more that this woman, this damn daughter, this damn girl looked like me, right? Had like the same type of, she didn't even look like her, so her boyfriend must have looked. I never saw the guy, right? So the baby daddy must have looked something like me or had like, the same features or whatever. So right then and there, I'm like fucking irritated, right? So then about a month later, she called me again. And she says, oh, um, I think about you all the time. I dream about you all the time. I have feelings for you still. And if you ever want to come here, and we can like start all over again and I'll come to Bermuda with my daughter or you can come here and we can start all over again. I made a big mistake. And I said, woman, are you fucking crazy? I said, hell no. I said, I will never, ever be with you in life. Not after all the shit you just done. I said, if this is the opposite way, you would have never spoke to me. Ever. Right? And I said, I would never, ever speak to you, and I don't want nothing to do with you. Please leave me alone and go about your business and go fuck yourself. That didn't work. She kept calling me, messaging me, coming on here, watching me and shit, disguising herself, all this bullshit. And that woman was fucking nuts. And it's been like a year now. It's been like a year now. She's left me alone finally. And I haven't seen her anywhere. And I'm like, thank God. You finally left me alone. She must have a new D now. Or she must be involved with another guy. Right? Because she can't be alone. So I'm like, yep, fuck you. Goodbye. So that was the last relationship not relationship, but last woman that I was dealing with for a long time. I was dealing with her for like 2 years because I taught she's a tarot reader, right? And I met her through like a psychic website and I mentored her. And then she ended up falling in love with me and we ended up being like kind of, online dating type of shit, which I never did, but I said I'll try it, see how it goes. Well, it failed. And I never wanted to get involved with her ever again. And I don't even want to be her friend. And I don't want nothing to do with it. So I ran through that shit with her. I tell the story on here every time because you got to watch out for people. And the reason I'm open and honest about it is because I know that people are that conniving. People are fucking liars. Like, people do so much dumb shit, you'd be surprised. So that's what happened with me in my last little online escapade with this hoe. And now she left me alone for a whole year. I'm so fucking happy. Sometimes my friends ask me about it. Like, oh, did she ever come back? I'm like, nope, it's been a whole year. Thank God. I guess she finally found another man and left me alone. Thank God. I'm so grateful. I ask God every day to keep that hoe away from me. Fucking bitch. Lying ass bitch. Lying like crazy. And like lying, but also telling the truth at the same time. So you get so confused, you're like, wait a minute. Like, how could you tell the truth and lie at the same time? Like, what the hell? So yeah, that's what happened the last time I got involved with this fucking weirdo. So yeah, you gotta watch out who you fucking talk to online. Trust me, these people be fucking whack. Cheers to getting rid of hers. that kind of, I wouldn't say it destroyed me, but it definitely hurt me a lot to know that you fucking had the nerve and audacity to get me a week away from me going away to see you. You were pregnant. So just imagine, right? Just think about this for 1 second, right? Think about this for 1 second. Suppose I went out there, right? And she seduced me to having sex with her, right? Say if she did this, right? And say I just like said, fuck it, like, whatever. I'm hitting it. And say if I banged her and she already knew she was pregnant from this guy. And then she ended up marrying that guy like she did. And then saying, oh, the baby's yours. You see what I'm saying? But it's not, because she was already pregnant, right? But she could have tricked me, and if I didn't know. She could have never told me she was pregnant, but got pregnant by me. Because that guy ended up like treating her some type of way. And I would have believed her because, obviously I would have got a test eventually, because I definitely will, no matter what. You can't be sure these days, because these hoes ain't loyal. But just imagine if I got myself into that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sure she probably thought about it afterwards, because she probably didn't think that that guy was going to leave her, right? But just remember, just think about that for a second, That's what she could have done. And that's what people do. That's what women do. A lot of women do that shit. It's a known thing. This happens to a lot of people. Like, that's why I'm very careful on who I deal with on here. And don't get me wrong. I've met 90% of the people I've met on here are fucking wonderful people. People that I love and I care about very deeply. Right? As you guys know, I love all of you guys. You guys mean a lot to me, and obviously vice versa. Right? But when it comes to like meeting somebody and all that shit and on here and not knowing who they really are, don't get yourself too involved, because these people, they're fucking crazy, yo. Crazy ass fucking people. You never know who you're dealing with. You never know. But see, me, I'm an open book. I pretty much show everybody, look, I do this. This is where I am. You can't say I'm lying to you. I do everything I say. That's why I do it, because I want people to know the real me. Like, this is who you're getting. This is who I am. I don't have to lie to nobody. And if you lie to me, I'm going to know. And I don't want to deal with you no more. Because I ain't got no reason to lie. Why the fuck am I going to lie about where I am and where I live and what I do for a living? I do pure shit. Yeah. That's why I ain't worried about what people say. I do what I got to do. All right, Dan, enjoy time with the in-laws. Yeah, lucky. That was probably her plan, but it didn't work because I was too smart to make sure I didn't get myself involved in that shit. Thank God I'm not one of those guys that get reeled into bullshit. Because let me tell you, I've met a lot of crazy hoes on here that will do anything to get attention. And I don't like that, If you're like doing dumbass shit to get my attention, then I don't want nothing to do with you. That just shows who you are. And I ain't got no time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, most people on here are pretty cool. At least now, everybody's a lot better now. I have a lot more better people in here now than I did back then. for sure. Because back then there was a lot of crazy people around here. But now that I've gotten used to it, and now that I can tell, like, you as you get older, your intuition gets better, right? You just start to know shit. You just start to feel things, and you know who's genuine and you know who's not. You know, like you just know a person if they're fucking lying these days. But some people are really good at lying. If you're dumb enough to believe them, then you just gotta forgive yourself. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Most people in here are over 40. So it's a lot better now, you know? Most people in here are over 40, Shakima. So that's probably why I have better people in here. But you know what? That doesn't even matter because, sometimes, you know, sometimes it's the person. It's not even the sign. It's not if it's male or female. It's like, it's just some people themselves are just so fucking weird. Like they just, I don't know, man. It's like that people just can't be normal and can't be real and can't be like genuine anymore. And usually when people go through a lot of bullshit in their life, they're the ones that actually are decent, you know? Like everybody in this room has been through bullshit in their life, right? We all been through a lot of shit. Some more than others, and some have different situations of bullshit. You got me? Some of them are relationships, some of them are family, some of them are both, some of them are jobs. It just keeps going on, right? And most people that come in here have been through a divorce, have been through toxic fucking bullshit. There's not very much married people that come in these rooms because they're married, they mind their fucking business. But a lot of people that come in here, sometimes they're broken and they need to be healed, or sometimes they just want to be around other people that are in the same situation so they feel a part of something, which is great, you know? And at the end of the day, no matter how you are or what you've been through, the main thing is to never lie. Don't fucking lie about your life all the time. That's not good. Be honest so you don't have to lie. And if the more you're honest, the more that you'll feel good about yourself. And remember who you're talking to on here. Unless you feel that that person is shit, then don't tell them nothing. They ain't gotta know your life. Fuck that. You don't know who you're talking to. You see what I'm saying? Like I try to teach people that all the time. But most people in here I know for a while and have read for and have video chatted and seen in real life. Something like, not real life, but like, I talk to you. Plenty of you. So it's all good. Yeah, I agree, Shakima. Hey Ann, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? I agree. Once you reach 40, you kind of like know where you are, because that's the age where you kind of like settle down and understand what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I know you're human and not some bot. Because, like I've told you already, I've met some women on here and I'm like, okay, well, let's video chat. And they're like, oh, no, I can't. I'm like, well, if you don't want a video chat, then I'm not going to talk to you because obviously you're some fucking weirdo. And don't tell me that you're shy or whatever. So I ain't listening to that shit. So once I see you on cam, then I know that I can trust you because you are the person who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it all like you actually say, okay, yeah, cool. That's when I know like the person is actually real as fuck. Or you actually like, hear them or see them and you know that they're real. Because people on here be fake as fuck. They be telling you they just like I told you guys that story about that chick when I video chatted her for the first time for a reading. Her picture showed her looking like banging. I was like, damn, this thing's fine. And then I go fucking video chat. We go to video chat and she's got Snapchat on, the filters on while her video is on with these little pink butterflies flying around her ugly ass. And I was like, woman, this definitely ain't you. This must be like your fine ass daughter in this picture or some other woman because you don't look nothing like this. And why the fuck would you lie? You know, you're coming to me for a reading. You got a boyfriend and you got a child. So what makes you think that I'm gonna like worry about what you look like? That's like, you know, a married person coming into my chat room and say, look, can I video chat with you? And then like you disguise yourself. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you stupid? I don't give a fuck what you look like. You know? If I gave a fuck what I look like, I wouldn't come on here. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what I look like to you. I don't give a shit. You know? I'm not here for no damn fucking modeling audition. I'm here to do readings and talk to people. I don't give a fuck. And you shouldn't give a fuck what you look like either. You know? You are who you are. You can't change yourself unless you get plastic surgery. And even then, I'm going to tell your ass it's plastic. I know, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I video chatted with so many people on here to do readings with you guys, and we have so much fun and talk so much shit. That's the way it should be. That's why that the video chat feature is there. You know, is to talk to people. That's what I love to do. I love to video chat with people because you can actually see them and talk to them instead of like holding the phone and going, yeah, you know, blah blah blah, or like or like, hey, what's up, man? Fucking like, just look at each other and just talk to each other. It's fucking easy. Even if you're in the same, even if it's like your wife or your husband, and like they're having lunch and you can't have lunch with them. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, babe, turn on your camera and talk to you, you know? Because I'm here working right now. You know, say if I'm washing dishes and my girlfriend's looking at me right now on the phone and she's eating while she's talking to me and I'm washing dishes at home. You think I'm gonna fucking put my phone here and just put the speaker on and talk? No, I want to see you. You can see me. That's what that fucking feature's for. You know, you be like, look, babe, I got a sandwich. And I'll be like, yeah, look what I got, a goddamn lobster. Look. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Man, I've met so many people on here doing readings for them and talking to them. And everybody feels comfortable talking to me anyway. So it's cool. Like, I'm not going to sit there and talk shit about you. I only talk shit about that one chick because she lied about what she looked like. That's why I diss her till today. Because she lied about what she looked like. I'm like, bitch, you don't look like that. And your Snapchat filter, when it came off, I saw the real you. I'll never forget that shit. She was like this. She was like, let me show you guys. Look. She had like mascara. She had mascara on, right? And these fake eyelashes. And she was like this. For like about 10 minutes. And I'm like, you okay? She goes, yeah, I'm okay. You know, the medium shit readings really get to me. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't even started yet. I've been here for like 10 fucking minutes. And you're already fucking like acting like some drama hoe. Like, you know, really, sweetheart? Like, come on, to you. If you knew you was getting a fucking reading where you're gonna cry, why the fuck you get dolled up with some fake ass eyelashes and fucking mascara and using a fucking tissue that looks black after all the shit that comes out of your eyes? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's my grandma. Yeah, that's my guy. Shut your bitch ass up. Get out of here, woman. Thank God I only read for her 3 times. You never know. Yeah, with pinches. There you go. With her Timu ass eyelashes. And her Timu ass fucking tears coming down her head. Yeah, catfished, all right. I don't know how people did. I honestly, I've met some fucking crazy ass people on here. And people actually think I care about what you look like. Like, I'm not here to like worry about that shit. Like, that's the last thing on my mind. You're way in another fucking place. I don't give a fuck. You can look however you want. You can come online with fucking, you know, whatever you want. It don't phase me. Like, I'm here to do a reading. I don't care what you look like. You know? It's not easy, but I've been through some bullshit on it. I've seen everybody at their lowest, and I've seen people, whatever. But I don't remember I don't really like, I remember some things, but like I said, if I'm not like interested in you, I won't know like what you look like or even like have a desire to feel what you look like. So it don't really bother me like that. And trust me, I've seen like pretty much everybody. Like I've seen what people look like. And some people look the same, some people look, you know, whatever, and I don't care. Sometimes people will come live and be like, "Oh, Mark, don't worry about my hair." I'm like, "I ain't worried about you, period. I'm just here to read. I ain't worried about what you look like. You're good." And then they say, "I'm glad you say that, Mark, because people judge people." I'm like, I don't care. As long as you don't use a Snapchat filter and distract me when I'm looking at you in the camera to give you the reading, it's got fucking pink butterflies all around. And then when you're moving, I see your ugly ass, and then I see the Snapchat version, your ugly ass in the Snapchat version. Like, I don't want that's gonna distract me. Like, fuck off of that Snapchat filter shit, woman. Fuck. I ain't no time for that shit. I'm not trying to read you. uh Lucky, I would say probably a few times, yes. Yes, definitely. Yeah. I'll admit it. Yeah. But it didn't work. Because as you see, I don't have nobody here. A woman that does that, I don't have respect for, to be honest. How did I handle it? I act like it didn't happen, or I act like, I don't really care about that. It don't phase me really. To me, I lose respect for people who do that because I know what you really was trying to do. You know, you can show me whatever you want. It ain't gonna make no difference. If I can't feel it or touch it, then it don't make no sense. I'm just looking at it through a camera. I can look at shit like that every day if I want to. So it don't phase me. I'm not like one of those guys that get easily seduced by some fucking woman showing me some shit. Like, that don't make nothing to me. If you're showing me something I can't feel or touch, then it don't make no sense you showing me. You got me? So that shit's never gonna mean anything to me. You know? Honestly, it doesn't even phase me. It never will. It never will phase me. No, no, no bathtub champagne. No, 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 no. Just like cleavage, like their titties all out, like, things like that. Just more like cleavage stuff and like, oh, like trying to look all nice and shit. Trying to look all nice and trying to act like I like what they look like, or I'm coming on there to look what they. I mean, yeah, sometimes. There was like one chick that did that shit all the time. Yeah. You know. I don't want to get to it too much on here because I'm like, I don't really want to say too much because people that did it probably watching me sometimes. And they'll be like, oh, Mark, expose me. I mean, it's not like I speak to those people anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's happened many times. I ain't gonna lie. But it's cool. Like, I don't really care. It don't really phase me, you know. Well, I don't really like. I'm not gonna say their names, and if I say what they did, then they're gonna know I'm talking about them. Christy, yeah, I've been. That's happened before. Yeah, that's happened before. I've been flashed. Yeah, Of course. These hoes ain't, they don't fucking care. You know? Hey Panda, how you feeling? You good? Good to see you. Okay, Barbie. Take care. Yeah, pretty much. It's usually like, I don't know, it's hard to like it's I don't really want to say too much, but yeah. Let's just say I've seen my share, and I never asked for it. It just happens. Like I said, some people are just like that. It's just for a woman, for a woman, right? If they're single, right? Okay, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. If a woman has parts to show you, and if a woman is gorgeous and they like a guy, they're going to do crazy things to get their attention. And that's what happened lots of times to me back in the past, because they were all in here fighting for my attention. They could care less where I was or what I was doing. They just wanted to be the top, filmer. I used to call those girls back in the day filmers because they was always filming out the mouth to get their attention. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I don't care what you look like, and you're not here in Bermuda to like let me see it in real life and give it to me. What's the sense of showing me that shit if I'm not gonna see it in real life? Porn exists, right? If I really was that desperate, sweetheart, I don't need to see you. I can go watch that shit every day, you know? But like I say, I don't like to talk about it, in detail too much. But let's just say I've seen my share. And every now and then it happens. But, sometimes it's just to get validation. You know what I mean? And to get a special place, with somebody, because a lot of women are very insecure. So they need validation from somebody, right? And some women feel like, if I get Mark's attention the most, then he's going to pay me all the attention and he's not going to say nothing to them. But that's not how I am. I give everybody equal attention, and I'm not here for that. I'm not here to date people. I'm here to do readings. If I want to date you, then I will. You got me? So, but I could talk about things to a certain extent, but I'm not going to go into like really very very crazy detail. You know. Hey, Elisa, how you doing? Yeah, exactly. I talk about people's readings just to compare something, but not personal shit. You know what I mean? And whatever I do out of here, I don't like to talk about it in here because it's nobody's business. You know? What I do outside of here is nobody's business. My life out here is not your life, and you're not going to know about certain things or who I speak to or who I deal with. And that's the best way, because some people get really dumb and they see you get cool with somebody. They want to like interfere in your life or like aggravate that person because they know you're cool with that person. It's happened many a times on here. So I try to keep my private life outside of here with anybody that's on here, but to myself. I don't need to tell you who I speak to outside of here that comes in here. You ain't gotta know, none of my business. Because some people, they would do anything to ruin, the friendships you have with people. And it's happened many a times on here. Many a times it's happened. That's why I tell people, like, don't talk about what we do outside of here, because people are gonna get like, you know, people are gonna get like jealous, or they're gonna be like, oh, what do you guys talk about? Oh, what are you guys doing? You know, like it's none of your fucking business. Because then that's how things get ruined. Because people get too jealous, and then people don't believe me. They're like, nah, there's nothing going on. They said, of course there's nothing going on, but just being friends outside of here could make other people, act fucking dumb. My sister. Oh, nothing's going on, Panda. I'm just talking about, like, I was asked, like, when I do private readings, do women try to seduce me or show me their parts? Or, sometimes, like, you know, people talk to me outside of here that come in here, but some people come in here and say, oh, yeah, I talked to Mark, and, we did. I'm like, don't tell people that shit, because you do that shit, and then the jealousy comes in, or, like, they're gonna try and do stupid ass shit, or they're gonna be like, they think that that's okay if they do it too, and then aggravate me all goddamn day with their bullshit. I ain't got no time for that shit. I have a life outside of here, and who I want to spend it with is my problem and my situation. So, like, some people back then, I'm not talking about now, but back then it was a bad thing, because when I got Instagram, everybody and their mama wanted to talk to me over there, and I was working. I'm saying, yo, I can't talk to you guys. This ain't my life. Like, I gotta go work. You people are aggravating me, you know? Exactly, Shakima, yeah. Yeah. Now, if you want to come in here and talk about your life and talk about me and you talking, then that's fine. I don't care. That's If you bring it up, it's on you. But I'm not gonna bring it up, unless you say something. Now, if you break the ice and let everybody know you speak to me outside of here, then that's on you. If something bad happens, then don't fucking complain to me. Don't say it was my fault. So, like I said, some things are just meant to be, kept quiet. Because, like I said, you don't really know people on here like that. And nobody should do that anyway. What you do outside of here is outside of here, you know. You found a pair of socks and you said, I got some stories. Oh my God, the shit people do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why you got to be very careful with the people you meet on here, because you never know who you're really dealing with. It's happened a few times. I ain't gonna lie. It's happened. Not a lot, but it's happened a few times though. But it's usually the same person. Or, like, I probably, like, got 3 different people do it over the past 7 years. But I don't even speak to those people anymore. Not because of that, but because, like, that added to the shit, but they were just aggravating people. They just won't leave me alone. Some people, this people don't realize, and some people do realize it, that to do psychic shit and do readings full time, it'll drive you nuts if you can't handle it. Because you really have to understand that people can get addicted to like readings. People can get very, very addicted to readings. And if you're really good and you connect with somebody and you're right about that person every single day, they're like, oh yeah, I want to know what's coming next. I want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. I want to know what's going to happen 2 hours from now. I want to go and know. I want to know this. I want to know that. And then they get so addicted that you have to pull them to the side, which I've done plenty of times. That's why the same people don't come back here no more, because I tell them, I'm not reading for you no more. You need to live your life. You need to stop paying me. You need to stop doing this shit. You need to stop. And I'm the only person that would tell you that, because I don't need, one, I don't need your money. Two, I don't need you aggravating me. And three, you don't need readings. You just need to live your fucking life and stop trying to find out what's going to happen every fucking day. Because that is a sickness. That's a disease to know. And that's why I won't ever do this shit right now full time, because people would drive me nuts. You see what I'm saying? And then people just don't get the fact that it is an addiction. And if you keep letting that person get addicted to knowing the truth and knowing the readings, then you're going to put yourself in a bad position with spirit, because you're taking their money and you're feeding in. It's like a drug, you know. And I had a woman on here. I love her to death. I still love her to today. She's like a sister to me, right? I love her to death. And she has evolved so much, and I'm so fucking happy. I cried when I got her to the point. I literally cried my eyes out with her on live one day, and I said, I am so fucking happy that you changed your life and you listened to me, because she was so addicted to getting readings from me, and she would call me all day. Oh, what you just said happened. Oh my God, what the fuck? And, you know, she went through a big grieving period in her life. And, you know, she went through a lot. Like, you know, like she went through a lot of death. Hey, Marley, how you doing? You good? She went through like a big part in her life. And I told her, I said, look, I've been reading for you for over a year. I love you to death like a sister. You call me your brother every day. Look, I love you, but I love you so much that I'm going to tell you, please stop. You can't get readings no more. I'm not going to give you no more readings. You can't do this no more. You have to take control of your life now. And she did. And about 2 weeks after that, she never got no more readings. I never saw her, and nobody else told me that they saw her. Then she posted some Instagram stuff of her like taking care of her home and her life. And every time I see her now on Instagram, I always tell her, you know, I love you, sweetheart. I'm so happy for you. Look at you. See, I told you you can do it. And she was spending like hundreds of dollars on readings every fucking week. And I was like, look, sweetheart, don't do this shit no more. You're spending way too much money. And it's an addiction. I don't want to be your addiction. Fuck that. You know? And she's not the only one. I've done it to a lot of people. I'm saying, Loey, this is enough. You got to stop. You can't do it no more. It's too much. I don't want to be your addiction. And getting readings can be very, very addictive. And if you cater to that person's addiction, spirit's going to treat you different. They're going to say, yeah, you're not going to tell them? Well, we're going to start making your readings not work. And you're going to get fucked. And you're going to get calm. So I didn't want that calm. So I told her, I said, look, I can't do it no more. And she realized that I was right. And I saved her from, you know, from being worse and worse every day. You know? Yeah, I agree, Panda. A lot of that stuff is like, you know, like I said, readers who do general readings for all the signs and do that, they're just feeding into to the majority of the people. Because majority of the people that come online, right? I'll tell you two things, and I hope nobody gets offended, because this is my opinion. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've been on here for a long time, and ain't nobody going to tell me no different, right? Exactly. You be bullshitting. But see, when we have problems, like 2 years ago around this time, you know, you were going paranoid because of the house, right, Marley? But I kept reassuring you that everything was going to happen. You didn't have to get readings. Just believe in God and believe that everything is going to happen, right? And what happened? Everything's perfectly fine. You see what I'm saying? So we all go through that process, but we have to evolve, and we got My thing is I want to make people believers so they don't even need readings like that, because it's too addictive. You can get a reading, that's fine. You can get one every week. It's cool. You can get one every day if you want to. But you know what? It ain't gonna help you in your life. What's gonna help you is what you do. You gotta make the everything happen. And if you get readings and they don't happen, then that tells you don't get them. Live your fucking life. Do what you make your own world happen. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you gotta stop doing that shit. You can't like keep worrying about shit over and over and over. And I'm the type of person people would tell you, I'm not gonna read you every day, all day. You're not gonna fucking irritate me all day because it's unnecessary. You just have to believe and do whatever you can. You control your own life. And that's why a lot of readers don't like me, because if they were in the position I was, they would take all your money and laugh at you and be rich. But for what? For what? So you can get karma? Hell no. Like I said, the devil, that's why people say the tarot is the devil's work, but it's not. The devil can make you do dumbass shit. Every single thing we do, there's good and bad in. You got me? Everything we do has good and bad in it. Everything. Okay, Marty, take care, sweetheart. Have a good day. Of course, I was upset at you, Lucky, because you're a needy ass cancer, and I had to fucking tell you about yourself like everybody else because you were going crazy. And I didn't want you to do that. I didn't want you to go crazy every day worrying about bullshit because you just made yourself worse. I was trying to teach you to not be that way. And look how your life is now. See? That's why I try and tell you, you have to change your life. You can't, tarot ain't going to change your life, and neither am I. I'm going to help you, but you have to do what I'm telling you to do in order for things to get better. Because if anybody's going to tell you, it's me. And I don't give a fuck if I offend anybody in certain ways. But going back to what you were saying, Panda, how people put up these readings, right? And they say all these things like, oh, this person is coming your way and this, that. It's just a way to get people in their room, because 85% of the women the 85% of people that come in here, not just women, that come in these chat rooms and go into those chat rooms that have all sign readings, this, and this, it's all the same bullshit every day. You know why? Because everybody that comes into those lives to listen to that shit is still hung up over their ex. In many ways, they're hung up over their ex because they want to know what they're doing. They want to know if they're getting karma. They want to know if them and the new person is surviving. They want to know if the grass is greener on the other side. So all these people that come in those lives and watch that shit, majority of them don't even talk because they're just listening and saying, oh yeah, that's me, because my ex did that to me. Why you think most readers don't do singles readings and who's coming towards them and all that shit, and still talking about the ex or still talking about somebody else? They don't even do what they're supposed to read. They're not even reading what they're supposed to read, because you're supposed to read the cards in the way you're telling, in the way your title is. But some people don't, because they keep talking about the past person. And that's why these things never make any sense, but to the people who are addicted to their ex and want to know what's going on with their ex. Because most women and most men who get cheated on or get left by somebody, they want that person to have the ultimate karma because they're the fucking most perfect person in the world. It don't work that way, sweetheart. It never will. Because you should never worry about your ex no fucking more. Once they're your ex, or once somebody leaves you as a friend, fuck them. Because every time you get rid of somebody, a new person comes into you and ends up being much better than the person you just got rid of. It happens to me all the time. and we shouldn't be too invested into these like all signs readings every day, because every day is not going to resonate with you. And every day, if you are a woman that has a vindictive vendetta and revenge mentality against your ex, then those readings are always going to resonate to you, because those cards are always going to resonate to the energy that's in that fucking room. It's not the reader's fault sometimes, because that's the energy that they're getting. They're getting energy where your ex is here because you're in the chat, and it's going to keep showing the energy that you believe and you want. And that's why people love those readings. And that's why I stopped doing them, because I don't want to create that negative past energy for nobody. I don't want that no more. That's why when I do all signs reading, it's singles reading and who's coming towards you this month. I never talk about no past ass person. If I do, it's because it's in the cards and you're listening. And you want that shit to come up. You see what I'm saying? Or what I would say is this is somebody you know, but you've never been with. Because I don't like to talk about exes when I do readings, like unless they really, really come up or you're asking about them. Now, if you say, "Hey, Mark, my ex this, then I'm gonna read that person's energy. Simple. But yeah, I know what you mean, Panda. A lot of people actually want to do that so they can get these people's attention, money, and to get validation that, yeah, see, I went to so and so's room and I on during the Aquarius reading, you know, I saw that's a fucking bastard, that Aquarius fucker, and rah, rah, rah. You should see the chat sometimes in these rooms. It's like all the time, yo, all the time. And you know what? When I'm in Kitty's room and Aquarius comes up, right? It's funny how sometimes it keeps talking about the energy keeps talking about past people from my life. It never talks about, like, sometimes it'll say, like, the new person or a new person that you're dealing with, and it says something about them, right? But majority of those things have X's in it, because everybody in that room is still worried about some X bullshit. So she's only reading the energy. I'm using her as an example because that's the only room I really go in where I listen to the signs. And sometimes for me, during Aquarius, it'll always bring up the X energy or somebody that I recently dealt with in that sign or something like that. Like it happened the other day and we were all joking about it. So like it's funny how it happens like that. But the only reason why is because every person in this room has an X. So obviously they're gonna show up because either we're thinking about them or they're thinking about us, or the energy for that day is about that. And then again, you got to realize there's 60 to 100 people in there. So that's reading everybody else's shit, because everybody in this world's had an ex. That's fucked up. Duh. So that shit never really phases me like that. It's funny to like compare it or like have it resonate to a point where you can laugh about it. But I'm not going to be watching that shit every time all over the internet. The only reason I'm in Kitties is because I respect her, and everybody that's in there have fun, and we all talk shit, and we talk shit about like things like that. So it's funny, but I'm not in there to find out and who gives a fuck what this woman thinks about me. I could care less, you know? So it's just a fun thing for some, and some take it literally and they claim that reading. They even say it in the chat. I claim this, because I fucking hate my ex, and yeah, he left me and went to this other chick and he's all fucked up. I heard all about it, and they're just dwelling in it and just reminiscing about shit, and they just dwell on it too much, where it just like it becomes an addiction, you know? Exactly. Exactly. And I didn't know you were a widow. My condolences to you. I just read what you said. I'm a widow. So my condolences to you, sweetheart. And just remember your hubby's always with you if you want him to be, obviously. Yeah, Kitty's fun. I don't have no problem with like her doing those readings. That's what she does, and she's very good at it. But sometimes people don't want to hear that dumbass shit. We're just there to support, you know. And some people love it. They want to hear about their exes, fucked up life now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Christy. I ain't got no time for that shit. I only watch Kitty now because I don't watch readings like that. I don't watch other people talk about signs, and I'm the type of person I don't care about signs. I never have. All I know is I'm staying away from fire sign women because they're aggravating. That's what I know. That's all I fucking know. I'm staying far away from Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius women. No offense to you women. A lot of you are cool, but you can be my friend and you're not going to ever be in a relationship with me ever again because all of you be lying like a motherfucker and leading me on that you want this D. And if some of you get it, you're going to be destructed, dissatisfied, and you're going to try to destroy me because you wanted this D. Okay? And guess what? This D is still gonna be here, and you're gonna be going, getting other D's and being a D plus hoe. That's all you're gonna be. You're never gonna be an A1 hoe. You're gonna be a D plus hoe or a D minus hoe at one point. Cause ain't nobody gonna want that dirty ass coochie no more. Okay. Yeah, I'm only using Kitty as an example because that's the only person I really watch, that does readings. And I love her to death. She's cool as fuck. She's been supportive of me. I've been supportive of her. I'm really happy that you guys go support her. I've met a lot of you through her. And my friends go over there now. And we're all cool. And we collabed that time. It was fucking hilarious. I had a lot of fun. But I'm not the type of reader that wants to keep doing signs all the time. Because that shit to me is like just a generalization of whoever's in there, and it might resonate and it might not. And I don't want nobody coming in my fucking comments talking about, oh my God, you just read Aries and we're not like that. I had people say that shit to me all the time. We're not all like that. I'm not like that. Oh, you said all Aries. I'm like, well, you're kind of proving my point right now by arguing with me, aren't you? You're the same, sweetheart. You're in Aries and you're in here fucking defending your own shit. So fuck off, woman. I used to go in the comments and fucking rip them a new ass. I used to be like, look how you're acting now. You just basically showed me that you're like the rest. Don't tell me, woman. You think I don't know you damn people? You want to dwell so much on the signs, then so will I. I'm going to dwell on the sign too. See your Aries ass? Exactly. Don't talk to me, woman. Yeah, my comments fucking defending yourself and you know you're like that yourself. You're acting like it now in my damn comments, stupid. Yeah, Shakima, she's cool. She talks a lot of shit, and I like that. Her mom was in there the other day, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta behave. Hi, mommy. And she was like, oh, Mark, just be yourself. It's cool. LOL. So I was in there talking pure shit. It was fun. I kind of turned it down because I don't want to have her mama be like, yeah, this guy Marky Mark is a fucking sick bastard. And he's fucking in here talking all his coochie and D shit. But she's cool. She was a little mild because her mom was in there too. She weren't really carrying on bad until, later on and shit. But I have respect for like people's mamas and shit. But she was cool though. She was talking shit. She was cool. But I think that's cool how you have your mom in there and she accepts you and stuff for doing it. I think that's pretty cool. So it was nice. We had a good time anyway. We always have a blast in there. Everybody likes her and we're all in there having a good time. So that's cool. I'm in and out of there sometimes, you know. I help when I can or whatever. But I'm not really like into all that signs reading and all that. And then people are like, "What are you, Mark?" I'm like, "I'm Virgo moon, Aries and Venus." And oh, that's why Aries love you because you got Aries and Venus. You love like an Aries. I said, "No, no, I don't love like an Aries. Aries love fucking me. That's why it's Aries in Venus. You're in my Venus and you want my penis, but it ain't gonna happen because I'm your psycho ass pathic fucking Aries ass ain't coming into my life no more." Okay, that's what it means. And that shit don't mean nothing to me. I don't care what the fuck is in my Venus or my moon. I'm not a fucking planetary fucking human being. I'm a fucking Aquarius, damn it. That's when I was born, and that's what I'm gonna be. Okay, so leave me the fuck alone. I don't care about what's in my north node, south node, moon, fucking Venus. I don't give a shit about none of that stuff. I'm not gonna listen to every goddamn sign and try and compare it to me. No, no. I'm a goddamn Aquarius, and that's the way I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. Take it or leave it. And when I first got my birth chart done by my Aquarius astrologer friend, she said, "Guess what, Mark? You are a double Aquarius." And I said, "Thank you very much. I don't know what the fuck that means, but whatever." She goes, "Oh, your sun sign is your Aquarius because you were born in February 6th. But your rising sign is the next thing in line. And you're also an Aquarius in that at something degree 11 or 10 degrees." And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about, sweetheart. The only degrees I know is when I go to fuck outside and it's 80 degrees, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm going back inside. It's too fucking hot to be out there. That's the only degrees I know. I don't care about no fucking astrology. I'm just some ass that knows astrology. Some, but I don't care about it. Don't phase me." Hey, Claudia, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? Yeah, exactly. And it's too ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Tanya, your mom comes in too, and it's fun. Christy said Aries energy is your love language. Oh yeah, bold and passionate. Yeah, I guess if you want to compare me to that, I'll be bold and passionate. Sure. You're good. You've been busy, keeping busy on a new idea. Oh, nice. Cool. I hope it works for you. Just know it will if you put your mind to it. Panda says she's sweating her imaginary nuts off. You're sweating your damn coochie off. That's all you gotta say. You ain't got no damn nuts. You gotta say I'm sweating my damn coochie off. It's okay. Coochies and nuts sweat. Oh, that's good, Claudia. Good. I'm glad you're doing something new. It's always good to do new things. Okay, there you go. Now you're being honest. See, the coochie is sweaty. Sweaty. Yeah, coochies get sweaty. Don't act like they don't. Okay. When you see them women in them gray, sometimes I see women in gray or like light colored yoga pants, and their coochie be sweating like crazy. That whole area look like they pissed them damn selves. And I'll be like, "Woman, go put a towel around your damn ass, woman. I don't want to see your sweaty ass coochie from yoga or from fucking running. You should have wore a black ass fucking uh pants so you can't see a damn sweaty coochie running up the road. Woman, get that shit fixed." I remember my friend, he was like, "Oh dang, look at that, Mark. She's sweating." I said, "Yeah, I know she's sweating. She just saw me in the car." He's like, "Shut the fuck up, you idiot." I was like, "She got wet when she saw me in the car, bro. What can I say?" He's like, "No, she's not. She's sweating from the heat, you ass." And I was like, "No, man. They don't do that shit. Coochies don't sweat." He was laughing like crazy. He goes, "I can't say nothing to you about these damn women." I said, "Man, I know she's sweating, but she saw me, though." He was fucking cracking up. See, now Panda talking about her sweaty coochie. See? Lucky no cooking? No, not really. I ate before I came on here. I had a scone with cheese, and the scones are pretty thick and they filled me up, so I'm not really hungry. I have to go get my nephew soon in another hour. You're gonna go swimming in the sea, and you wanna go live. So then you're gonna show your coochie in a bathing suit. Is that what you're trying to say? Well, that'll do it. The turners up mode will definitely make you feel sick. Tell them they have to clean those filters every 3 months. You gotta clean the filters every 3 months. Panda, you can only go live in the sea if you're not gonna show, yourself in a bikini or like, a bathing suit with your ass cheeks hanging out and your coochie like swallowed up in the bathing suit. All right. You can't be showing people all that shit. Because then they're gonna think that you want D. All right. I'm sure that'll probably get a lot of views. So make sure you're in the damn water when you do it so they can't see, they just see the top part. You can show like from here up. Don't be showing nobody those milkies. And don't show nobody the damn Irish coochie, the Irish Spring. Okay? Everybody be like, oh, Panda went live today. Let me go see the video. Oh, fuck, it's got 1.2 million views. Holy shit. Let me see what the fuck. Oh, goddamn, what's going on here? This woman dead. She's gonna show her damn milkies. Coochie swallowed up by the fucking G. Oh, good lord. What's this woman doing now? She ran from fucking Oracle cards. She ran from Oracle cards and she ran from Oracle cards to fucking swimming. Showing the milkies and the coochie. Oh, goddamn. There you go. Okay, Claudia, cool. I'll check it out. Thanks. Yeah, every 3 months those filters should be clean in that AC. If not, it'll have pure mode on. I clean mine every 3 months. I actually write down when I clean my filters, so I think I have to do it like next week is the 3rd month. I think. See, that's why Tanya said, look, I'm dead. See, look, Tanya, that's why your name is Miss T Bikini. Because Tanya used to go live in her bikini, right? Years ago when she was looking banging. She went in there, showed everybody damn fucking torpedo titties and her ass. And she was like, letting everybody look at her fucking Miss T Bikini, And now she said, fuck that. I'm too old for that shit. I'm going on OnlyFans. Fuck that. Make some money. That's why she's not working and she's on vacation. See, all that OnlyFans money she was making off her old bikini videos. I know. That's why she changed her picture. It's like this is me when I was on OnlyFans. Oh shit. I'm so glad you guys could take jokes and you guys like talking shit. I swear. No, I'm not terrible. I'm just talking shit. Tanya knows how I am. I like talking shit. Oh shit. It's all good. We can all talk shit and have fun. That's a good thing. Gotta talk shit, you gotta have fun. All right. On that note, I need to get the fuck out of here. I gotta go do some shit. Then I gotta go pick up my nephew soon, but I have to go to the city and go to this place and get some more shit that I need. I gotta fucking do this shit. I gotta do a whole heap of shit now. supposed to rain tonight, so I'm gonna try and put down this like insect killer. I have like a bunch of church worms around here. There's like about 100 of them dead all over the floor from last night when I sprayed the shit. They keep dying. It's like 1,000 of them. It's absolutely crazy. And goodbye, sweetheart. Take care. Tanya, good seeing you always. Enjoy your vacation. Shakima, take care. Hope you're having fun at the hotel. And oh, that's nice, Tanya. That way you can get some. See, I knew it was something to do with OnlyFans or something you was gonna do money with. See, look, now you want people to send money to your PayPal so you can buy some coffee and you can buy a bikini for the summer. I know, I see what's going on. Everybody, Tanya added PayPal to her YouTube, so now you can send her money. Cause she said, fuck that OnlyFans shit. She's too old for that shit. So now you can send it to her PayPal so she can buy coffee and go on her adventures and eat like fish sandwiches and shit. Okay. Lucky, take care. Claudia, Panda, Christy, whoever else is here. I don't know if I said everybody. I think I said everybody. I'll see you all later. I'll be back later, of course. I'll be back to talk shit. And Panda, make sure they clean those filters every 3 months. Write it down as a note. Write it down, like put a sticky note somewhere, or like put the reminder in your phone, and tell them, look, clean that shit. All right, guys. I gotta go get my nephew, and I'm gonna go. I'll do some shit around here. At least I got all my dishes done. Yeah, for sure. Do it. Make sure they do it every 3 months, or else they ain't gonna care. I do mine every 3 months. That's why I don't get sick. That shit's nasty. Ugh. All right, guys. I'll see you all later. Take care.